Good morning, everyone. Brent Wessler with VRC, Vital Records Control. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about how to leverage ECM, Enterprise Content Management, to drive accounts payable automation processes. There's certainly a lot of solutions out there, from single point solutions like Use and Ottimate and Medius, various AP solutions that you see out there. Why would you want to use an ECM solution to perform your AP automation? I'm going to show you today in your more complex situations, ECM and Business Process Management, BPM, which is part of every ECM solution, has a lot of flexibility, which is going to provide a lot of extensibility to grow beyond AP. So if you want to take on AR, contracts, HR, and other different types of solutions, horizontal solutions outside of AP, you can extend your investment, and that's typically our value add. Now here in the AP map, you see kind of what I'm going to show today, which is how we use IDP, Intelligent Document Processing, here on the front end to create a funnel for all of your invoices to come in. Typically AP Invoices at yourdomain.com. We use that to normalize all the data based on the vendor, based on the PO, if it's inventory or not. All that data is going to be extracted up front. It's then going to come into our EPICOR Docstar system, and you're going to see a couple different scenarios today from us. One, vendor ID, we need to make that correspondence. That gets stated in our staging table. Once we've done that once, then the vendor ID using the bill to ship to address on the invoice, the vendor ID will be looked up from your ERP. Now today what I'm going to do is show this with VIP. It's a big beverage distribution ERP, Vermont Information Processing. It's a legacy system. We do a lot of work with it, and I'm going to kind of show that real time with VIP. In this particular case, what we're going to do is we're going to use our front-end capture. We're going to extract all the data. We're going to focus on PO-based inventory invoices today versus non-inventory, and we're going to then trigger a price discrepancy, show how you adjudicate that, what that looks like within the Docstar application. So let's get into it. Okay, this is the EPICOR IDP solution. We're going to come over here, we're going to create a batch, and we can drag and drop documents in. Certainly could do this through a email, which is typically preferred. I'm going to go into my beer invoices here, and I have a binder. So there's actually 5 different invoices with varying page lengths. We submit that. So this is what we would consider a first pass on a particular invoice. As you notice, the first 2 pages stay together, and it did automatically start to extract certain relative metadata. You can see when I highlight on the particular metadata tag, it shows a highlight in orange on the right. Here we need to grab the purchase order number, and again this PO number is going to be helpful moving forward. The matching process, any non-inventory part will be removed into its own variance, and you're going to see that as part of the process. And as we move through each one, you can see how most of the data has been automatically extracted and normalized, and then when we're done, we submit this batch and move into the EPICOR Docstar solution. Okay, so now all the documents have been sent to EPICOR Docstar, and you'll see here we'll start with our first one, which is Mark Anthony Brands. You can see it doesn't have a vendor ID, so when we come in, it didn't make the vendor ID correspondence. So what we need to do is simply search, and I can start typing Mark Anthony, and you can see here by selecting it and submitting it, it will now go and try to match the line items against the other elements. And you can see here the first thing it's going to do is go and figure out if this is a credit memo or not. While that Mark Anthony Brands is processing, we can go into the Boston Beer here, and what I'm going to do is I have this hold for demonstration just to show triggering event. So all of the line items have been added to the line items here, and you'll notice there's case pallets, there's keg deposits and such. These are non-inventory items which will be kind of removed and not matched specifically at the line item level. You're seeing a number of these different uh, workflow tasks running in the background, trying to match and do a whole bunch of different things. And you can see here it's also doing whether this is a credit memo or not, and then it's also going to now match. Now, what I've done is I've changed one of the prices in the backend database. So you can see here, one of the nice things about using ECM for AP is this workflow accordion here at the top, where we can literally prompt users for anything. We can create downstream processes, which you're going to see as part of this. So in this particular case, you'll notice the invoice had $51.30. I put in the PO at $61.30. So as you can see, there's a variance from that. So you can see everything in red is what's on the actual invoice, and in black is what's in the actual PO tables within VIP. Now, if we scroll down here, you can see the PO invoice lines. So these are the lines we extracted from the invoice itself. And then below that, you will see all the PO lines from the VIP table. Okay, so since this is a pricing discrepancy, we can send it pretty much on any workflow you deem necessary. In this case, I'm going to actually send it to purchasing. And what's going to happen is it's going to prompt the purchasing agent. So this will go into the purchasing agent's queue, and it will now prompt them. So I'm now the purchasing agent. What do I want to do? Do I want to continue the process, which would result in me coding the variance? Do I need to restart the invoice, or do I need to request a new invoice from the vendor? So again, these customizations can be whatever you want them to be, and that's one of the benefits of working within an ECM. So here, you're going to notice there is a variance, so I can do two things. One, I can code the variance, which I'm going to do, or if there's multiple invoices against a purchase order, say there's a short ship scenario and you're waiting for these other invoices to come in, you would select multi-invoice order, or you can send to purchasing to adjudicate. So we're going to code variance. Here we have a variance of $240. Okay, so that was the difference in what they call FOB, which is the inventory difference between the purchase order and the invoice. So I'm going to code variance in the non-GL. So all I need to do is select the GL dropdown, and this will bring all your chart of accounts in. And then I can say what it is, and then I can save and then hit submit. And now this document will move into VIP. So we'll now push this data directly in. So you can see here, press submit to release invoice for export. You can do that in batch as well, but once I hit submit here, essentially that data ends up in Vermont Information Processing, VIP. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like for more.